What's the word? What's the word? All my beautiful, ugly people. What's going on today, y'all? Yeah, no, this ain't RNS today. This ain't RNS today, baby. It's different. It's different. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all been rocking with RNS and every single thing like that. But today ain't RNS. Today is let's talk about it with Landon. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Me and Keith, we've been doing our thing, you know what I'm saying, on RNS. Like, I appreciate all the support from all of y'all beautiful, ugly people out there. Yes, Lord, we do. But let's talk about it with Landon. It's kind of like how, if y'all remember, Television Talented was, you know what I'm saying, that it's like one of them conversations with me was more deeper. You know what I'm saying? I thought about bringing Television Talented back, which it never left. So what y'all don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, Television Talented, you know what I'm saying, it's the production company, but I just doing my content and everything I did under Television Talented. So right now what me and Keith we trying to do is we trying to get into a lot of different things. So, you know what I'm saying, we're starting with the podcast. Once the podcast do its big one and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to start opening up doors for every single thing else we do. You know what I'm saying? The movies and everything like that. But all the time, me and Keith, our schedules don't link up together, and we still got to put out content and everything like that. So when it's me and Keith on the show, you know what I'm saying, it's RNS. When it's just me on the show, you know what I'm saying, just let's talk about it with Landon. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't give y'all RNS without, you know what I'm saying, Keith. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the show. You know what I'm saying? We built that demographic and every single thing from there. So the content, it might be the same because the setting is still the same. But, you know what I'm saying, it's different at the same time. That's why y'all don't see the yellow drapes, you know what I'm saying? It's a little different. But since I put that out there, you know what I'm saying, we just want to vibe a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And we'll get into this topic. And the topic pretty much, let's talk about it. The puppy dog phase, you know what I'm saying, in a new relationship. I know I could have named it the honeymoon phase and every single thing like that. But before you get to the honeymoon phase, you're in a puppy dog phase. And it's a little different. And the way I see it, and the way I'm gonna give it to y'all, is gonna bring awareness. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna vibe out, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna do it. So I hope everybody out there having a great, wonderful, expeditiously Sunday. And you know what I'm saying, we finna vibe. But this song came out about a month ago, you know what I'm saying, when I was about to start the show with Keith and everything like that. So I was up there talking to Keith like, hey, bro, things in relationships, what we don't teach people is how to love us. So this song, if y'all can hear it in the back, it's called Teach Me How to Love You Right. So if I've been talking to y'all on a personal level, I say that's where a lot of relationships fall at. And this topic is pretty much going to be like, the puppy dog phase. And what inspired me to write, well, not write because I didn't write anything, to talk about this conversation, because a lot of us be in relationships and relationships have shortcomings, except for us to understand what's happening in relationships. What we do is we move on to a new relationship. And it's all glamorous and rainbows and lucky charms. You found the end of the rainbow in that puppy dog phase. But you forget about the other person who was there. You know what I'm saying? Through the rough times, the good times, and the bad times. And you let the new relationship highlight, you know what I'm saying, all the good things, what you partake that matters. And does it really matter, or you trying to fill a void of emptiness because it's new? So that's what, you know what I'm saying, let's talk about it with Landon from the bring out, you know what I'm saying, with this episode. So yeah, so y'all tune in. Y'all need to go get some popcorn and all that. Yeah, we finna be a vibe, baby. It's about to be a vibe. Yes, Lord, it is. I don't like this lighting real quick. Hold on, y'all. I don't like that either. Hold on. I feel like I got a glare. I think I got too much natural light coming on my big ass forehead. Don't be making fun of my forehead either, because somebody made a comment last time that my forehead was glowing on the show. Don't be making fun of that. My mama gave me this forehead. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Too much natural light. That's all it is, y'all. So let's break it down, y'all. Let's break it down. So let's say like you was in a relationship for whatever duration of time that you was in a relationship for, and it ended. Nobody wants the relationship to end, but it has to end, right? Except for you really sitting back and having that conversation, like I'm sitting back and having a conversation about the things what occurred in a relationship to see if they was even fixable or not. Because some things in a relationship is fixable. Some things are not fixable. But a lot of things what ends relationships is fixable. But nobody sit down and have that appropriate conversation about, look, what happened? Everybody in relationships, they always do this. I hear women do it. There's no bashing the women. But I don't hear a lot of men use this word. A lot of women want men to take accountability. And men would take the accountability. A lot of women just don't accept it. If I'm wrong, drop in the comments and say I'm wrong. But I hear, oh, you got to take accountability. I wrote that off. I apologize for it. We move forward while we still 8 to 10 months behind in this relationship when we should be 10 steps forward. So the relationship ends, right? All of a sudden, nobody in relationships, when they leave the relationships, they never take time to learn themselves. They find something new and exciting, and they instantaneously engage into their new relationship. And that's where the puppy dog phase at. How can you give Mario? He said it best. How can you put me in the back and give him the front seat? He or she does not require to even ride on this ride, because what dynamics did they even do to deserve this position? Was still rightfully mine. I understand that you opted me out of this situation, but what did they do to get all these privileges? All of a sudden, you didn't send this person Good Morning Texas. Well, you didn't send me. I'm going to say me for example, because you know what I'm saying? I'm the one talking. You didn't send me Good Morning Texas anymore because your feelings was hurt. Okay, cool. But now since you're in your puppy dog phase, this man get the good morning text messages. This man gets all the things what was rightfully on to me. All of a sudden, this man cannot do anything wrong. But this is where the kicker's in there, right? All of a sudden, your feelings blazing for this person. Oh, he says everything right. Give y'all an example, right? When y'all watch RNS, right? Landon says nothing right on RNS. But Keith says everything right. And sometimes y'all barely can hear him. But take those two perspectives. I could say Keith because that's my co-host on RNS. Even though this is not RNS, I still can use him as an example. Even on Let's Talk About It with Landon, right? He says everything right. So y'all will opt out of a man, opt out the relationship with a man handling every single thing. But the communication line's not right because it takes two people to communicate. Right? I'm going to give y'all a fun fact, right? Can y'all have a conversation with yourself? No, you're not those thoughts. But when you do find yourself communicating with yourself, that voice you hear in your head, that's God. So that's God talking to you. So you're really not talking to yourself, you're talking to God. So listen to that voice. But since you can't have a conversation with yourself, and you're in a relationship, you try to communicate, and the relationship keeps hitting a wall, that's because it's not effective communication in the relationship, right? So since we got that established and every single thing like that, y'all move on, y'all both opt out the relationship. Well, put it like this. One person opt out the relationship, the other person still trying to hold on to the relationship. No matter if the man opt out or the woman opt out, somebody in the relationship had to opt out for y'all to go y'all separate ways. That means a party's getting blocked. That means somebody's getting blocked. That means you're not responding back. Whatever form you have to take to end the communication structure of, you know what I'm saying, the relationship, right? So with that occur, everybody move on different. Some people take the appropriate time to themselves to self-heal. Some people move on to entertain new endeavors. So let's say you entertain new endeavors and this person does every single thing, quote unquote, say right in the puppy dog phase. Do that mean that's really the right person for you? Because if you really challenge the people we meet on different levels, and I'm gonna give y'all some examples like this, right? Let's say ladies, y'all meet a guy, y'all find him attractive, you trying to heal, because we all heal in different ways. Sometimes we heal in sexually ways. Sometimes we heal with numbing our pain with, you know what I'm saying, drugs or alcohol or whatever substance we feel like is appropriate for the time for us to heal ourselves, right? So whatever healing journey and process we take, ladies, take this stuff, right? Before you get intimate with a man, ask this man to go to your OBGYN appointment with y'all. Learn this man's schedule and say, hey, make up a lie. Women, y'all are good at lines in baiting men to get what y'all want. How I know, because a lot of women bait me to do things and see how I'm going to do it. If I pass, they go bait me again. Y'all give a man 3 chances to see if this man consistent and try to be there for y'all, right? Do it on his busiest day at work. Say, oh my gosh. Say your car broke down or whatever like that. Just to see if we going to try to fix your car to see what knowledge you got. A lot of women, y'all do this, right? In the puppy dog phase. A man will tell y'all things, and y'all don't know if y'all should believe him or not. Y'all go to Google or ChatGPT to see if this man is telling you the truth, right? So ask him to show up to you to an OBGYN appointment with you before you give him some of your goodies in your cookie jar, right? And if he show up to you for there, ask him to get tested with you so y'all know what y'all mark chart and what y'all sexual relationship standards, if y'all free and clear, because now we all grown. Nobody like using condoms. So everybody like raw dogging. So to see if he'll do that. And men, challenge women the same things. Every woman say they can cook. Stop asking women to cook for y'all, men. Because there's some women out there, they do voodoo. They will cook for you when they on a cycle, and all of a sudden they want to cook spaghetti, lasagna soup, and all those weird things would require red sauce. So don't have them cook for y'all. Have them to show up for y'all in ways that women don't expect. Hey, can you come sit with me in the barbershop while I get my haircut done? While I get a haircut. To see how they are, you know what I'm saying, do it. Because you got to think about it, men. In the puppy dog phase, we paying for the women nails. We paying for them to get their feet done. We paying for they oil changes. Well, some men does that. I done that. I pay for get your oil change done if I can't do it at my shop and everything like that. So make them be in an uncomfortable situation to see how they will handle, you know what I'm saying, being uncomfortable. See if they still show up for you. Because it's not always about, you know what I'm saying, the woman in the relationship. It's not always about, you know what I'm saying, the man. But we all fall short for this in the puppy dog phase. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to make sure I'm sending her 1,000 texts or sending her flowers. But what about if you have to have a surgery, ladies? And y'all don't know this man, but y'all like this man and y'all want this man to support y'all. Would he actually be there? If your car broke down, you got to get your kids, and he's closer to that area to pick up your kids. If he met your kids or not, will this man go pick your kids up if you call the daycare or call the school and say, hey, I have an emergency and I'm going to have this person with this name come pick him up. Verify his ID. Would that man show up for you? Because a lot of times, you know, we be in relationships and we have those key factors in our old relationship that we can count on that person. It gets hard. And a lot of times we don't fight when it gets hard. We give up. Or we fight against each other, not for each other and with each other in those relationships. So if you're in that puppy dog phase in a relationship, I don't care if it's 2 weeks or if it's 2 months. Could you count on that person to be there like your last relationship was? And if any of those things, no, don't give me the reasons because, oh, I don't know him. Because it was a significant point in time in a relationship. You didn't know me or that other person either. You follow along with me? So if you can count on him or her or me in those situations, I'm just giving y'all examples talking about the puppy dog phase in relationships, right? Why can't you count on that man? And if there's significant reasons why you can't count on that man, Why is that man making you so happy? Or you have to ask yourself this question. Are you allowing that man to fill the void? What you too prideful about to allow me to feel still? These are examples, y'all. This is the stuff I think about. This stuff that RNS is going to bring. But right now, we couldn't bring it right now because, you know what I'm saying, my boy, you know what I'm saying, he's on father time. Shout out to my boy Keith, baby. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I brought it with, let's talk about it with Landon. And y'all going to talk about it with me. You know what I'm saying? For all my viewers out there, y'all liking it, drop some heart, share this and stuff like that. Or if y'all got any questions to ask me, you know what I'm saying, let's talk about it. So, you know what I'm saying? How many times have we been in situations that we was allowing ourselves to love the new person based upon the feelings we didn't let go through the old person? I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of charge that I meet a woman that I wasn't over the last woman, but I wouldn't go be a simp, we may pro say, and put my feelings out there. So what I did was I just moved on and loved the next woman through, you know what I'm saying, my feelings, what I wasn't man enough to talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's real. That a lot of times these new people we meet, we don't really like them. But we will be in these situationships because it ain't no relationship. It's a situationship of vulnerability because we still attached to the other person. And speaking of being attached, right? I'm letting God use me because all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, this stuff started to make sense, right? Attachment issues is kind of like math, right? If y'all follow along with numbers, how many times can we say 2 + 2 = 4, right? If we talk about attachments, what about if I could tell y'all 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4, but 2 + 2 can equal 8? But I can show you that 2 + 2 can equal any number if you really break it down. Y'all want to do that, drop some likes and stuff like this. Because the only thing we talking about the puppy dog phase in relationships, but in the same time in this puppy dog phase in a relationship, we still taking a piece of that other person who we fully didn't detach from and bringing it into the next relationship. Come on, y'all. Look, I'm really on to something, like, you know what I'm saying? We just talking about it. And we listen to music and we sing all the lyrics, but we really don't look at the structure of how the song was orchestrated, right? Y'all want me to give y'all some examples, right? Mario, how could you breathe? How could you put me in the back and put him in the front seat? 2 days ago, you just told me you love me, but it's a hard situation for you, but you had to walk away from me. 2 days later after that, you have a new man that you want to post pictures. I see a lot of women on my Facebook page and on my TikTok. Y'all were just with a nigga 2 or 3 days ago, but all of a sudden you got a new nigga. Y'all talk about relationship goals. What do you like about this new man, bucko? I see a lot of dudes do it too, but men, we do it strictly. We'll text this woman who we care about so much, but be in another woman's face. But women will publicly do the same thing. It doesn't make sense. You don't really see a lot of men posting relationship goals. We post stupid stuff like guns, kicking with our homeboys, standing on top of cars. Why we gonna stand on top of the cars, man, and we don't got insurance? Well, we said we get into the bag. MOB. Come on now. It really ain't MOB. It's the B over the M. Because we put the B or MO. We ain't on, I'm not on RNS right now, so I don't have to use that derogatory language. We put the money over the woman. But really, it's the woman over the money, because right now, if you're really in a relationship that's a man providing, everything a man doing is to make the woman happy. But when we hurt, we put the money over that woman who hurt us. But when we're in that puppy dog phase, we spending all the money that we working hard for to impress this woman. And really, a lot of women ain't even impressed about the money. They're going to take the nails done because they're saving no money. They're going to take the dates because they're doing that to see if they really like you, because they don't want to bring you to the house. They're going to put themselves in the structures to get to know you. And really, like how a man knows in that puppy dog phase, if this is a woman that we want to be, because a man knows if this is a woman we want to be in a relationship with, if this is a woman we just want to crack, or if this is a woman we can really see ourselves with. We know within the first, we know the first time talking to you. Depends on where we met you at. If we under influence of alcohol and stuff like that, we know like we just want to crack. But sometimes we know, just like women, girl, he ain't my type, but I'm gonna see where it goes. And sometimes women, y'all will be in that situation, y'all puppy dog phase for 10 months to see where it goes. And then you would get out that situation and realize, damn, that nigga was better than I thought. I seen, right, this woman talk to this dude for 5 years, for 5 whole years. And she was trying to see how it goes this whole time. And she realized that she fell in love with this guy. And that's what she really looking for. You want to know how she realized the difference in her puppy dog phase, that the new guy wasn't what she looked for? Because she kept trying to compare the new guy to the old guy. And she asked me, it's like, dang, why this guy not giving that? Because this guy showed you something different when he wasn't looking. Because we all have a perspective of our type, our quote unquote types. Oh, I want a light skinned chick. I want a dark skinned chick. I want a dark skinned man. I want a light skinned man. If you go back and look at all our exes have similarities. No, we ain't too old to go through puppy dog phase. Okay, let's take away from this, the honeymoon phase. What about the honeymoon phase? Does that make it more adult friendly then, or age appropriate adult phase? Because we still do it, right? So let's take you for an instance, right? So let's say me and you, we went out, right? I'm texting you good morning. All of a sudden, you don't like texting because people text you all day. All of a sudden, every time I call, you want to FaceTime me. That's the puppy dog phase. All of a sudden, you want to see what I look like when I wake up in the morning. I want to see what you look like when you brush your teeth. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what it look like when you walk, and I want to get all those moments and memories with you. So all of a sudden, we're on the phone for 10 hours a day on FaceTime. Half the time, we ain't talking about nothing. Half the time, we so knocked off our focus in that honeymoon or puppy dog phase to trying to get to know each other. And in that same phase, we miss a lot of things. Dang. What's this man relationship like with his mama? What's this man relationship like with his kids? How do this woman treat her kids? Because all of a sudden, I've been talking to this woman for 9 days straight and her mama had her kids. So is she really on vacation and her mom got these kids? Or she really just don't take care of the kids and she just pawn them off with her mom? So even the puppy dog phase or honeymoon phase or get to know each other phase, we still make that phase better than the situation what helped us become the person we are. So what I mean by that, right? Take your ex, and I could take any one of my exes, right? Even if you believe it or not, right? You became a piece of your ex, like your ex became a piece of you. You can say I'm lying, but let me explain, right? Even if your ex affected you in a negative way, you know, if you meet anybody else and they did that thing what your ex doesn't like, or your ex did what you doesn't like, you remove yourself instantaneously from that relationship or from that situation. Yes, but you still got to get it out. So you got to go through those steps, either by being on the phone for hours or texting for hours. Unless they on live like me while I'm at work doing what I do, it's some type of way that you got to realize these things before a date. So it's just like that puppy dog phase happened with every single thing. Let me give you another example, right? Your probation period time at a job. They give you 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. That's the puppy dog phase. Some people in the first 15 days go realize, man, this job ain't for me. So then y'all go quit their job. Or you stand there until you get that raise and you go see how it's going to be, or until you get that promotion. So the puppy dog phase, we all go through it no matter if you want to go through it or not. We do it with work. We do it with church. Even becoming parents, we got that puppy dog phase. Oh, the kid's so cute. But all of a sudden, this kid got colic and it crashed all through the night. And sometimes you wake up, you just want to shake this little baby, but you know you're going to do it because thing was real called shaking baby syndrome, that we might go to jail if we kill the baby. So all of a sudden, we got to sit back and tolerate this pain to see if it's really worth it. We do it. And sometimes the puppy dog phase just lasts longer than we projected. And that's just real. You know, we all go through it. We all go through it. So, and sometimes through the puppy dog phase, it's a waste of time, but it's still a symbolize of growth about what we was and what we want to, you know what I'm saying, tolerate. And at the same time, we all tolerate a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? And it's just really up to us to realize if it's worth it, because problems going to come in any relationship. If you got friends with benefits, you're going to have problems with that, because the time they benefit you, sometimes it doesn't benefit them, because, you know what I'm saying, they might have a significant other, you know about it, and they going through the little weird phases. And we just trying to cope with things, not cope. We trying to compromise, not compromise. And that's fine. Hey, we should all do that. But have you ever been in a situation, right, that you removed yourself too quick in that? How would you classify this conversation? Well, in this time, would it be puppy dog phase, or would it be honeymoon phase, or the getting know to each other phase? I had to put some type of topic, you know what I'm saying, so to identify what I'm speaking on, right? Have you ever removed yourself too fast? Because I could see myself in situations I removed myself too fast because I wanted things my way. Because, right, you got to take two people who navigating in life. You got your life, I have my life. I found interest in you, you found interest in me, and now we're trying to merge together. We're merging together in those first, let's say, 90 days is hard, because all of a sudden you just started a second job. I don't know if you started a second job, so if it's relate to you, it relates to you. But I'm giving an example. You start a new job, all of a sudden your baby daddy, he's not picking up the kids on his time, and all of a sudden you got to find other babysitters so you can keep everything afloat. All of a sudden this man over here, he's trying to keep his business going. He got multiple baby mamas and every single thing like that. So when y'all come together, it's tension. And it's not you trying to bring the tension on him. He's not trying to bring the tension on you. But all of a sudden, y'all not grasping the full attention, because all of a sudden, y'all both on y'all phone trying to figure things out before y'all do y'all time together. All of a sudden, one party like, oh my gosh, you always on your phone. Look, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to handle this, this, and this. The thing is, what I see with women, y'all will accept it. But what y'all do is y'all got this thing called detaching. Y'all just pull it back a little bit. All right, I'm just finna sit back. Y'all don't never bring it to the man attention. Y'all just sit back and y'all might have this conversation among y'all friends. And sometimes my friends are really y'all downfall, because they give the worst and best advice at the wrong time. Because, girl, I don't know if I was you, if I do that. But 9 times out of 10, the advice or the people we get our advice from, they've been in worse situations than us. So we start pulling back a little bit too far. Even though we want to fully engage in this person, we pull back just because it was uncomfortable. So, like, except for why we in these phases, getting each other know each other phase, why don't we do this? Address it when it's a concern versus letting it build. And what I mean, address the issue when it's concern, it's like this. How y'all ever did paperwork, or if y'all worked in a doctor's office? Hey, we can't process this because the person last name, oh, I forgot she got married. Have she changed her last name back? Oh, okay, cool. You make that little thing. And then all of a sudden, y'all don't have that problem no more with that customer, unless there's a new person who started and took your position and they don't know that. So why don't we address the concern before it's an issue and a problem? So let me read this comment real quick. I definitely have removed myself too fast, and I don't regret it, though. For me, maybe timing is off, but I just getting to know each other phase. Maybe he'll be back and be better. Hey, that's true. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard this phrase, and I don't know what this phrase means. I hear a lot of women say it. What's meant to be is meant to be. So since she said the same thing over and over again, it's meant to be. If it's meant to be, I don't know, I guess patience in times of virtue, or, you know what I'm saying, in times of the essence, or however you want to put it, he could be better. But in those same situations that you removed yourself from, do you feel that if you just put it out there, because in the beginning phase, like what I'm talking about now, we give too much grace and too much forgiveness. Like, if you go to a restaurant, you don't like the food, and the waiter got an attitude, you will instantaneously, hey, baby, let me tell you this food cold, go get a manager, and your service suck. Give me another waiter. Why can't we do that in new beginnings of relationships? Why do we try to coddle the person's feelings in the puppy dog phase to try to get to I really deeply in love with you phase, or would you marry me phase, or I do phase? By the time we even get there, it's so much turmoil and things happening, we can't get there. So it's just like, if I get into a relationship and if something's bothering me, I'm like, hey, we got to talk. For real, for real. I don't know how it's going to come off. I'm just a blunt person. Hey, you texting that nigga too much while you here with me. If it's that important, I'm leaving. Give a person time to fix it. You know what I'm saying? I got this thing now. I got this three rule. I'm telling you 3 times, talking to you about 3 times and I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? First time, you know what I'm saying, is unexpected, last minute. Second time, you know what I'm saying, whatever, how I break it down. Third time, look, when it out, I'm finna see myself out. But I feel like every situation different. If you address those situations in the beginning about things you don't like and set boundaries, relationships in that puppy dog phase will last. But a lot of times we get in that get to know each other phase and try to move on to relationships when we still mentally and emotionally belongs to somebody else. Because I'm not saying it can't happen. You can break up with somebody else today and go marry somebody else tomorrow. We absolutely can. Marriage license only costs $50. You can do it, and they do weddings on Tuesdays and Fridays and everything like that. Yes, you can do it. But you got to think about it, right? Or you mentally prepared to attach to this person when you fully attach to the next person. That's where relationships, I feel, have shortcomings at. Because, like, if I give y'all a mathematical equation, right? Let me take my little handy dandy notebook. I'm sitting back in my thinking chair like Blue's Clues, right? So y'all can take any number, right? I'm gonna give y'all a visual thing of this, right? Y'all can take 2 plus 2, right? Everybody know the answer equals 4, right? But what about if I tell you that 2 plus 2 instantly equals 8? Not by doubling it, right? So it's you and another person, right? From your first relationship. Y'all came together, and whatever y'all brought to the table, that was the first 4. When you left that relationship, you still left that relationship with a part of him and the things y'all bought mentally. You might leave physically being, but you left with a part of him mentally. So when you left that relationship, you left as a whole of 3, right? So then take that next person, right? They left another relationship. They left with a piece of that person too. They left at it. So even before y'all get into that relationship, right? Y'all got a whole orchestra of attached to another person and what y'all both brought to that table as a whole of a 6, right? So then you get this person and this person, y'all setting down y'all foundation of what y'all want it to be in a relationship. So y'all already at a 6. So that's 7 and that's 8. So y'all put the, you know what I'm saying, you take the 6 with y'all both the baggage y'all brought. We're trying to detach from so y'all can be in a relationship. Y'all both bringing baggage. I don't care what it is. I don't care if a woman been single for 6 years or a man been single for 6 years. We all deal with some type of trauma that we're going to bring it to the next relationship. It's just how it's going to be. Y'all can tell me I'm wrong, but sometimes you got to go through the steps in a relationship to realize what those traumas that you're still dealing with. So y'all got to look, let's do it, right? Y'all can see this, right? 2 plus 2, y'all take that, right? Y'all got 4. Y'all coming to the next relationship, right? As a 3, because 2 plus 2 is 4. Y'all not whole no more. So you left with a piece of him, and you left with a part of yourself. Y'all got to the 3. Y'all take the 3 from you with the new relationship. Y'all got to equal to 6. So then all of a sudden, we get into this new relationship with each other. That's 2 parties. That's instantaneously 8. It's a lot of things that we have to come through and figure it out, right? Instantly, we got 8. So the 3 plus 3, from what we brought from the baggage in our relationship, we came together. We got a lot of things that we got to work out. Plus, with me and you trying to come together, so we got 8. So does really, if we look at it, 2 plus 2, because I'm going to get a little bit deeper with this. I ain't going to hold y'all time on the Sunday, but y'all going to follow what I'm saying. Instantaneously, we get into relationships thinking, oh, I'm going to detach from this relationship and I'm going to be good because this relationship seems better. But we come with a lot of baggage and we don't know what neither party baggage even consists of to do it. So we already at 8, right? So then we ask each other this stupid, ridiculous question like this. What do you bring to the table? And we all say the same thing. I got a job. I got my own car. I'm the whole package, everything like that, right? Take the narrative of this and stop thinking that we are the whole package and the relationship is the package is what we're trying to accomplish. Because you got to think about it, right? We get mad when Amazon delivered packages and let's say we got a dresser and they only brought part of the dresser. They bought the dresser part with no drawers. And all of a sudden we instantaneously calling Amazon talking about they didn't get a package. Oh my gosh, sorry, it came in 2 parts. But they didn't deliver it, but we mad, but we still wait on Amazon to do it. And then, or we want a refund, they give us the refund and we still unhappy, but we kept the dresser. But you got to think about it. All the time we don't get the whole package in it. Sometimes you have to wait on the package to be delivered. You might get part of the package. Oh, this man checking off things in my boxes. I'm checking off things for this woman checking out things in my boxes, but we not the full piece. But we asking each other, what do we bring to the table? Why can't we look at it like this? Look at a relationship like a potluck or a barbecue. We got the meat. We got the bread. Who's bringing all the condiments? Who's bringing the ketchup? Who's bringing everything else? What do you feel like this table needs? And sometimes we don't know. So why can't we do this? We have a potluck and a table with too many things on it. So all of a sudden, we food tasting. I don't like that. It just don't sit right with me, so I don't want that. So y'all narrowed all the way down what y'all feel like y'all table where y'all are preparing together, because that's how you get from 2 plus 2 is 4, because you're breaking down the narrative. Because really, the relationship should be 1 plus 1. Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, said in the song 1 plus 1 equals 2. And she said she don't know much about algebra, but she know she will fight for you because it's you and it's me. Y'all know the song by Beyonce. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying, go over it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all the things in the puppy dog phase and how relationships breaks down. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all get down to the relationship about the things y'all don't like in the relationship, why don't it be like y'all narrow it all the way down to 10 things y'all want in the relationship? Then y'all narrow it down to 5 things y'all must have. Then you got the basics of what you really need in that relationship. Then you start preparing the table for what your appetite fits in the relationship and the other person's appetite fits in the relationship. Then all of a sudden, y'all effectively navigating the relationship was based upon y'all. Not, oh my gosh, my ex used to do that. I don't like that. Or this used to do this used to do that. Because that's all of a sudden, that's how, you know what I'm saying, your number is 8. Y'all got too much in y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because then you start thinking about it, right? And every time the relationship get hard, you doing the same thing with another person. And I know it's Sunday and I can get a little spiritual with y'all. We could count numbers all day with different people. But only thing we're doing is creating soul ties with each other. Because all of a sudden we got a whole of 8. And that's really with 2 people. Well, yeah. You and a new person. So, and a lot of us been in a lot of relationships. A lot of us was like our mamas. We get around and round we go. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, we break down our mathematical equation. We at 1,662. We got some trauma. And we not moving effectively. So, I'm just saying this to say this before I let y'all go. You know what I'm saying? If we in relationships and every single thing like that, right? Why can't we build a relationship really for us and not for what society want us to make the relationship look like. If I don't know how to love because you know what I came through, you don't know how to love for what you've been through, that doesn't mean that neither one of us is good or bad for each other. What that means is I need you to teach me how to love you, and I need you to teach me how to love me. But when we in this getting to know each other phase, the first thing we want to get to know is how wet that wop is and how big his jock is. Then all of a sudden, that's what the whole relationship orchestrated of. Toxicity and sex. And even if you do get past those things through the toxicity and sex, or you ready for the relationship to go before you just allow other people to get in your head and let the relationship really fall apart. And those are things in the relationships, what I've seen and I've been in, that I felt victimized to, allowing other people relationships. Allowing people opinion of my relationship dictate the growth and the development of my relationship, because I opt out too fast or I stopped doing things too fast because to other people, their opinion in my getting to know each other phase said, oh, you shouldn't do that. But you was with this man in this first 10 days. This man put his hands on you, but you stayed because this woman didn't respond back to me because she proved to me that, dang, she was asleep because she took some sleeping pills and I just forgot she told me that. You know, we just have to build relationships, you know what I'm saying, for ourselves. And sometimes when we getting to know each other, we gotta be real with each other. Are we getting to know each other because we trying to hurry up and get over this person? And if we hurry up getting over this person, do that mean we're really over this person? And that's the real what I always wanted to bring about. Let's talk about it with Landon. Because I've been in a situation before, right? And if I really explain this to this person, it was messed up, but I wind up loving this person the way she deserved. But in the beginning, I loved her because I was trying to get over the next person. This person knew, but she still seen the great and the potential in me, and she still allowed it to happen. That she hurt herself so she can give me the things that I was missing. Then we made it work, but then all of a sudden, other problems start happening that we had to deteriorate from each other. So you can hurt a person intentionally, unintentionally, and hurt is going to happen regardless. But forgiveness got to happen too. Because if I did wrong and you say you forgave me, don't keep on punishing me for stuff you already punished me for. A kid don't want to keep getting a whooping for pooping on themselves or peeing in the bed for 6 months ago when they ain't peeing in the bed in 6 months. So that makes sense to anybody in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just give me topics and we can talk about it. Y'all can talk about it with Landon, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm doing these podcasts at the RNS, you know what I'm saying? And let's talk about with Landon. They two different platforms, but some familiar faces. Like, you know what I'm saying? RNS, y'all see me rowdy, obnoxious, explosive answers, wild answers, but then y'all get to see like the real, like, okay, what do Landon really deal with? You know what I'm saying? I deal with real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've been hurt so many times, my heart, it can't breathe. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a real person too. And when I be on these platforms, like when y'all see me painting cars or RNS, a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, is really entertainment purposes. But let's talk about Landon. I'm going to be more transparent with y'all about my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to, but it's the healing. You know what I'm saying? Like as a man, things I'm accomplishing this year. I don't want to deal with the things what hurted me from when I was a child no more. So I got myself in therapy. I want to know how to be an effective father so my kids are upset, how to do that. And you got to think about it. All this stuff was new to me. So even though my kids might be 5 months old, 14 years old, or whatever the ages my kids is, since I'm taking, you know what I'm saying, the accountability, the words that y'all women's like, to better myself, it's new to me. So I'm in that puppy dog phase of growth. So I'm not going to have it all figured out right now. So sometime I had one of my kids literally cursing me out. You know what I'm saying? Dad, I'm going to kill you. Hey, look now. Your dad like that toxicity. So one of us gonna be, yeah, but I don't have to move in those ways anymore. So everything I'm doing now with mending broken hearts or broken relationships, because some relationships that you have to deal with, like you got kids with somebody, you got to mend those relationships and put your feelings to the side for the best of the kids. So when I call all my baby mamas, when I call my mama, I call my daddy, I call my brothers and everything like that, and I mend those relationships. Don't mean those relationships going to work. I mend it to say, look, this is where I was at in this time. This is where I'm finna begin to go in that time. That puppy dog phase is either going to grow or it's not. But don't never blame yourself if you put yourself out there and apologize, and if the person don't accept it. They might not accept it now. They might accept it later. But if they ever try to come back, asking this question, what do I owe this pleasure to get this phone call? Because at one point in time, you wrote me off. And if you really do care about me, if I already wrote my wrongs, what can you do differently to make sure I feel secure now? Because you left me when I apologized and I was trying to make this relationship grow. This could be with your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your kids, your job. Apply this in any situation, you know what I'm saying, in that puppy dog phase. Because we all got feelings. And us trying to hold our feelings and stuff in, we don't have to do that all the time. But you know what I'm saying? I can use this for the other show. It's just real nigga shit, baby. It's just real nigga shit. But this is talk about it with Landon. But I still can reference it because what me and Keith talk about, you know what I'm saying, is just real nigga shit. And the thing what I'm learning this year is, the two things I'm learning this year, I don't got to figure it out. That's why I'm saying I'm learning. There's only like the 17 days this year. And this year been all, I felt every 17 days of this year. Is this. Learn how to put yourself first. Learn how to love yourself, not with because what you can provide for yourself, for your great value and your lowest value. Love yourself through all your seasons and have patience. And that's one thing about me. If anybody know Landon do not got patience, baby. God will tell me to stay still, and I'm going to tell God I'm finna move. And then all of a sudden, God let me bump my head. I'm like, God, what to do? Be still. And right now, I'm learning to be still. So learn patience and learn you. Because once you learn the greater you, in your next endeavor or next relationship or whatever you finna do, open your business, you're going to understand what makes you happy, what makes you sad, and what you want to tolerate. And you got to think about it. No matter what you do, it's going to be new for you. It's your puppy dog phase, your honeymoon phase, or getting to know the situation phase. And you're going to see red flags in everything you do. You'll be married to somebody for 10 years and you're still going to see red flags because we change every day. We see red lights every day. And sometimes us traveling to our destination, we get caught by every red light. But sometimes the red flags is really God protecting you for a disaster to happen. And sometimes that person who's really going to protect you in your darkest hours got to show you red signs. And it's not even from them to dictate it. God showing them like, look, be patient because this can happen. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense for some reason why I'm saying it, for God have me to say it. Sometimes a person will show you red flags. It might not be for that person to do it. You might leave that situationship and get in another relationship, which you might think better. And every red flag you thought this person was going to display to you, this person gave it to you in your first 60 days. I don't know why that makes sense to me and why I even said it, but somebody might need to hear it. But hey, that's what it is. So look, I appreciate all y'all people, you know what I'm saying, who tuned in and talked about, let's talk about it with Landon. I want to let y'all know, look, y'all mean a lot for me while I'm just sitting here in front of this camera, just being transparent and just listening to me. So, hey, I'm going to be doing this every week on top of doing RNS. RNS got a lot of great things coming up. We got a live podcast event was going to be coming up momentarily. So y'all actually can be our live audience and every single thing like that, asking us questions. We can have fun. So stay tuned for that. RNS, you know what I'm saying? This is only my first episode here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a lot of great things like that too. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to give back, you know what I'm saying? On Let's Talk About with Landon, I got a big heart, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of be doing the things like Television Talented. Like Television Talented owns every single thing. So Television Talented owns, let's talk about with Landon, it owns RNS. Even though Keith owns RNS, we building a brand. So we already have a production company, but we have an umbrella. So if y'all want RNS on y'all podcast, hey, that comes with a price. You want Let's Talk About It with Landon, that comes with a price, because Television Talented already generate both shows. Both shows already instantaneously make us monies off of it. So you can't have Television Talented with having RNS, with having Let's Talk About It with Landon. You can't have me with having none of it, because my face is on it all. I can't have RNS without having Keith. So just like he's a big part of me, I'm a big part of him. He made RNS happen. All the content what he does on RNS, I don't do no topics. I just come on here and I just give the energy, and he know how to amp me up, amp me down. I know how to make him amp up and amp it down, just so we can give you guys to laugh when y'all not feeling like laughing. So regardless of the fact is, we thank y'all for tuning in. And I want to let y'all know God loves y'all through every situation that you in. Good, bad, or difference. If you can't find a light in a dark place, just close your eyes for a moment and reopen them. And God's going to be right there and just telling you to find them. But the biggest thing is, you got to have patience. That's what God is showing me. But look, until next week, y'all got a topic y'all want me to cover. I got topics too. But look, I also can cover topics for y'all. Feel free to inbox me or write on the comments or whatever. But until next time, peace and God bless.